Hello everyone, welcome back. We're bringing back the Painting a Magic the Gathering card for every single set series. Today we got revised. Well, after that little break, you know, there can't be too many sets that I got more to do. Well, here's the thing. For today's artwork, even though Halloween is over, I thought I would paint the movie poster for The Thing on a black card so devious it coined its own keyword. If you're an art absolutist, feel free to skip to that painting portion of the video or join me on the journey of exploring the set that propelled Magic into the cardboard giant it is today. While I'm priming this card, let's answer the question, what is Revised? Released in April 1994, Revised Edition was the fourth core set, following Alpha, Beta, and Unlimited. It standardized several game mechanics and visuals, as well as carrying over the whiteboard cards from Unlimited. The set also used more consistent wording, which made Magic far more approachable, but compared to now, it's still pretty bad. The purpose of Revised was to give players increased availability for original Alpha, Beta, and Unlimited cards that were too rare or misprinted, making Revised the first widely available edition for casual players and collectors alike. It also removed many controversial or game-breaking cards, like the original Power 9, Infamous Power 9 are Black Lotus, the 5 Moxen, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and Time Twister. You all know them. They were the crown jewels of early Magic and still kinda are the crown jewels today. They were fast, flashy, and completely broken. These cards let you do things that no player should be able to do, like draw 3 cards for 1 mana, take an extra turn or 2, or just drop a Black Lotus so you can cast your whole hand on turn 1 and smack your opponent across the face. By the time Revised came around in 1994, Wizards realized that the Power 9 were too game-breaking, so they pulled them, attributing to the price of the 3 original printings of them being super friggin' expensive, and also the reserve list, but that's another topic for another day. Sacrifice is a classic black card, and at instant speed you can sacrifice one of your creatures to gain that creature's mana value in mana. Before Sacrifice, the word itself wasn't part of the rules language yet. Early cards use clunky phrases like destroy one of your creatures or discard from play, and the term Sacrifice helped formalize that idea and turn it into a keyword action. Yo, did I say formalize? Is that even like a fucking word? Black cards in Revised often feature mysterious, ominous, or ritualistic imagery, which is why reimagining Sacrifice as a horror poster, I think, works well thematically. So, I chose John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982 because of its alignment with Magic the Gathering's black themes, as well as because the movie is sick as hell and is, I guess, a great movie. Painted by Drew Struzan, it uses limited colors of icy blues, stark whites, and deep blacks to create a claustrophobic tension and fear, or what we in the art business like to call an analogous color palette, I think. Analogous? Yeah, I'm really smart. I also just wanted to say that Drew Struzan passed away recently in October. He was an incredible artist who painted not only the Thing poster, also Raiders of the Lost Ark, did E.T., The Shawshank Redemption, Blade Runner, Harry Potter, Star Wars, like literally you name it, he's done it. You guys gotta go check out all of his work that he's done and just try and learn from it as much as you can. I guess you could call this video a master copy. The original's got so much graphic shapes in the background that are just so layered and you just can't do it. But I did try, and I hope some of this Legends art style will rub off on me. Its painterly and minimal style emphasizes mood over detail, making it a perfect inspiration for a Magic the Gathering card altar. Just like early Magic the Gathering art, a single figure and strong lighting tell a story immediately. I think the strong graphic nature of the poster really reads well visually. Recognizability at small scales is something many Magic the Gathering artists try to perfect. Struzan received a brief with almost no information. The studio told him that The Thing was a remake of the 1950s film that involved an Antarctic setting. Quote here, I got an immediate concept. I'm not going to paint anything. I'm going to paint it in an open-ended way. See what you want to see or don't see. I think that interpretation is genius. It not only lends itself well to a painting, but the themes of ambiguity and mystery in the movie itself. Apparently, he dressed up in his own winter gear and posed for a photo in his driveway. His wife took a photograph that became the compositional basis for the poster, and he created it in about 24 hours, which is redonkulous. In fact, when they put it under the glass to photograph it, the paint stuck to the glass because the thing was still wet. The thing was still wet? Struzan later reflected that this piece was his favorite because of the ambiguity. My favorite one showing the open-endedness is The Thing. It's just a guy standing there, and it really is just a guy standing there if you really look at it. The Thing poster is often cited as one of the most iconic horror posters of the 1980s, or I might even say all time, to be honest with you. Thanks to its minimalism, high contrast, and unsettling composition, all qualities that translate beautifully to a small canvas like a Magic card. Also, while I'm on the topic, why don't you guys put your favorite horror movie poster in the comments? Who knows, it might be featured in a later video of a collection of horror movie poster Magic cards, maybe? Much like The Thing's poster, many revised illustrations were done boldly. Artists like Dan Fraser and Mark Tendon worked to convey complex fantasy ideas with minimal detail, which is why these cards have simple yet evocative aesthetics. Also, I think the white border will help to sell the movie poster design, making a revised card a good fit for this altar. Alright, now let's talk about the card. Alright! You know, what did I do for this little thing here? This thing here? This little thing? I'm hilarious. You know, I really, like, I'm just trying to emulate the original art. The background, that background is very hard to do. There's so many shapes in there, and it's very highly saturated. I couldn't get the exact, just, vibrancy that the colors have, even though the piece originally was actually done with acrylics, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm wrong. Could have been done with oils, I think, but it's just super vibrant, and I couldn't exactly get that color, and having that sketch, which you can see here, is very important. That's used by digitally taking the actual image and then shrinking it down. You can see some of the reference image I'm using is the shrunken down version, and essentially I do a carbon transfer of the sketch. You can kind of faintly see the sketch, especially with the Thing font. You can really see the sketch, and that's very important. Klug Alters does that. J Alters does that. A lot of very, very good alterists do that. So the lighting was very hard to do on this. Keeping those whites really bright, especially with acrylic paint, is something that's very finicky. You have to work around the whites, and it's hard to, if you already paint really dark, it's hard to add on layers of white on top of it, so you have to leave those white spaces open a little bit, especially with the middle point of the image. It's still not exactly white enough. That's really just about trying to copy the original piece as close as I could. It also gave me a chance to work on my typography a little bit. That writing, the thing, that's hard to do. That is not some walk in the park. It's so rigid and rectangular and precise. Even one natural looking brush stroke throws the whole text off. When I think about why The Thing was such a perfect inspiration for my sacrifice altar, it all comes down to the way the film explores the theme of giving something up for survival. Throughout the movie, the characters are constantly forced to trade their personal safety, trust, and even sanity for the chance to survive the alien threat. I'm particularly struck by MacReady's decisions, burning the base and isolating himself from the others. It's the ultimate act of sacrifice. He risks his own life and few remaining comforts of the base to protect everyone else from the thing spreading. The isolation of the Antarctic setting also resonates with me. The characters give up companionship and security, just as in the card you give up a creature to gain black mana. Even the ambiguity at the end, when we don't know who survived, reflects the idea that sacrifice is rarely neat or clean. For me, that moral and physical tension in The Thing made it easy to translate into a single image on the card, because the horror and dread of sacrifice are both immediate and visceral. Also, this long-winded explanation could be just boiled down to, I wanted to paint The Thing cover on a Magic card. So, don't read into it too much. I'm not like that wrinkly-brained, like, huge play. I really just wanted to paint this sick, thing. Before I show you the card, you guys gotta check out my altar sleeves and my Instagram, okay? My altar sleeves, I got a bunch of designs on there from paintings I've done on this channel and ones that you haven't seen on this channel before. So if you like the design in this video or any of my other work, be sure to check that out and maybe pick up a couple. Christmas is just around the corner, guys. So if you or someone you love is really into magic, make sure to cop them a Sethington altar. If someone you love is just the biggest Sethington fan, which is gotta be at least 2 people, so that's like $6 in my pocket, be sure to subscribe before I show you the image. This altar is a celebration of 2 vintage worlds, Magic the Gathering's revised and classic horror cinema. It shows how Magic the Gathering's minimalistic early art, more not so much minimalistic, more like graphic and bold, can be transformed into something cinematic, dramatic, and totally unique. This is a one-of-one altar, people. Whether you're a collector, a player, or an artist, this approach gives a new lens to experience magic beyond mechanics. Also, it gives power back to the people. You know, you can paint your own Universes Beyond if you wanted to. You don't have to buy the huge commodified version of the Universes Beyond card. You can commission an artist like me. That's what my Instagram's for. I just realized you can get in touch with me and I'll paint you a card. For money, obviously. But alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. You know, be sure to get in the comments, you know, what do you want to see next? I was thinking I had this idea for a video making secret lairs, my own secret lairs. Ooh, that might be in the works already depending on when this video comes out, so be on the lookout for that. You might want to drop a subscribe, turn on that noti bell. What's your favorite horror movie? What's your favorite movie? What piece of media do you think would translate well to a Magic the Gathering card? I'm done waffling. Love you, bye.